So, Uncrewed technology. That's what I think of this program right now. So, to preface this video, I went through the Handgun Associates program, went through the handgun certification, and then got the drone program. In the handgun certification program, I was in the inaugural class, very first students to take that program, and I'm doing the same with the revamp of this UAS program. So I come into these programs knowing the first run, there's going to be some bumps in the road, there's going to be some kinks in it that need to be worked out. But there should not be the level of issues in UAS 250 and UAS 101 in this drone program that there are. There were some problems in the handgun certification class. I brought those up to higher. They resolved them. They actually picked the phone up and called me and said, hey, thank you for telling us what's wrong, and thank you for giving us solutions to fix this stuff. I ended up going to the NRA show here in Dallas in 2024, met with the director of the program. We talked about it more. They're making some good changes. SDI is going to be doing a lot of good things in the future. This UAS program, they have failed and misled students on multiple levels. I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from these damages that they have done. I hope this video blows up. I hope they see a number of students not take this UAS program until it has a good revamp and they fix these problems. The director of this program does not care. The director of the program does not want to fix it. He does not care about the students learning material. He does not care about the students being effective pilots. He does not care about the students doing the right thing. They don't care. On their handgun stuff, they really definitely preach safety. They want to make sure you are doing stuff the correct, safe, legal way. 107, they want your money and they want to run with it. I'm here to tell you. So we're going to break this down. This is February 11th. It's the morning of the 11th. I am currently just started UAS 201 as of yesterday. I did UAS 101, went to UAS 250. UAS 101 had some issues. USA 250 had a lot of issues. A lot. I am hoping 201 is better. We shall see. So, if you're getting into the UAS program, you need to come into this program with the understanding that it's not going to get you ready for the Part 107. You're not going to finish UAS 250 as they advertise and go and schedule and take that Part 107 exam and pass it. And walk into that exam feeling confident that you're going to pass this exam and go in there knowing what you are doing. You're not. Anyone that says they are has had a good time. Probably flying drones is a good exposure to this, has been studying for a lot longer than these 5 week programs. So, make some notes so I didn't forget anything on. And what I'm also going to do before I get into these issues is the emails I have back and forth to the director, emails I have back and forth to the instructor. I'm going to put all that in this video. So there's going to be all the evidence. Everything's going to be out on the table. I got nothing to freaking hide. If anyone's got stuff to hide, it's SDI and their director of the UAS program. So I hope this lights a fire up under them. I hope they do something about this director. Either get him to fix his program, bring someone else in, get a hold of some students, find out what they need to do to fix it. But at this point right now, it has been 2 weeks. The instructor not emailing back, and so my student advisor had to get email him twice to get an email back. I emailed back Thursday last week, so 4 or 5 days ago, and I still ain't got a response from him. Multiple issues, and he has deflected about almost all of them. I'm going to put all that evidence in here. So, UAS 101. The main big issue in that class was they were pushing an app called B4U Fly. It's letter B, number 4, letter U, and then FLY. Excuse me. So that app is what you're going to, what you would have used before you fly your drone to see what kind of airspace you're in. Do you need authorization? Do you need to deal with air traffic control? Anything like that. That app was took off the market in February of 2024. Well, the revamp of this drone program started in December 2nd of 2024. So we have February, we have December. So, how in that time span of months did SDI not catch this and the director not catch this? How did the instructors not catch this? How did the senior pilot for SDI not catch this? How did the classes that were going to March, April, May, all the way through, nobody catch this app's not working? So, are y'all pushing material that y'all aren't, or an app that y'all, as SDI, are saying for students to use, but y'all aren't using yourselves? Because if y'all are using it, y'all would have noticed the problem, and y'all would have then been able to update the curriculum before it got released, but y'all didn't. I had to email the instructor at the beginning of UAS 250 and say, hey, by the way, this app is getting pushed to UAS 101. It's no longer effective, and this is when it was last it was effective. This is when the FAA took it off. So you can still download the app from the App Store, but when you open the app, it tells you need to go to this website and these are other apps that are options out there. So at least the FAA directs you to other resources to use. It was not caught during UAS 101 because you get what's a little code drone, about that big. It's an indoor drone. You can't fly it outdoors. They recommend it indoors. But if you're flying indoors, you don't need to use that app to check airspace because you're not in airspace outside. You're inside your house or your garage, shop, whatever you're doing it in. So I can understand why, as a student and it's potentially an instructor for UAS 101, it was not caught. But UAS 250, you fly drone outside. UAS 201, you're flying your drone outside. And those are the only two classes I know for sure you're going to be doing flights in, because I'm in one of them and I already took the other. So it should have been caught by someone, somehow, somewhere, and reported up. And not the students' jobs to do it, though. It is not the students' jobs to catch these issues and these errors. It's instructors, curriculum directors, and the pilots that SDI hires that help produce the curriculum and are flying. Going also with UAS 101, it's supposed to be your intro class, your introduction. I am very big on introductions to anything, understanding, learning the history of how stuff has evolved over time. They do go over that in UAS 101, but they go in it a little too long. It's that class is introduction, not history of drones and unmanned aircraft. So they could have took that curriculum and what they stretched in that history, shrunk it down. They should have focused more on sectional charts because that's a big part of 250. It's a big part of the Part 107 exam. And they could have done a very brief intro to airspace and other stuff in the weather, and then roll into 250 and dive a little deeper. Give you that good foundation and then go deeper into 250, because 250 starts at a higher level. Does not start out at an intro level into these parts of the 107 exam. UAS 101, you do a lot of drone flying, simulator. Simulator is okay. Some like it. From the discussion posts and the students I see, more did not like it. You've got a little window down the bottom of the screen, and then you got your whole screen, whatever your size you're using on, but there's a little window on the bottom, and that is your view of the drone as if you were outside flying a drone. The center screen is more of a FPV, or if you turn the FPV mode off, the drone's flying away from you, but in the corner, it's still close to you. So it throws off your depth perception, throws off how you perceive and where you're trying to fly and stuff. The other benefit of if you were to fly outside and you're doing something like, you have the ability to walk around and get different views of that drone as it's flying. You can move and see. Are you going to be able to do that all flights? No. But as you're learning, it's very handy. Can't do that in a simulator. You're stuck in that one position. The remote they send, it's got a little bitty 8-inch cord, 6-inch. It's very small. So depending on what your laptop, how your stuff's set up, your cord is not very sufficient. So this is my laptop, and the screen will be here. Plugs in the side. I'm like right here on top, trying to fly. There's not enough room to set that laptop up, have the controller, and use it. It's Zephyr is the flight simulator. I don't remember who makes the controller, but they're very adamant on using the cord that comes with the controller. So they need to work. SDI needs to work with them. The company that makes controller, whatever, they need to figure out and get a longer cord to make it more user-friendly and more usable for students. If you're on a desktop, it ain't working. What are you going to do? Plug in your desktop, sit on the ground, and look all up at your monitor up on the table? It's not handy. It's not effective. So that is a big part of 101 that needs to be resolved and fixed. The app and the simulator, as well as better curriculum. Rolling into 250, week one, we start right off the bat with old lab videos. So they have new lab materials they send out. It's an old video. We got to revamp on the program. We've changed curriculum. How do we still have old videos then? Why didn't we update it all? SDI failed, misled students. The director had to send an email out and say, hey, it's an old video, ignore it. What you got in your lab stuff is the correct stuff. So then we roll into the lack of textbooks, lack of material for the class. So week 1 hits, we do our exam. I can't find answers. Week 2 hits, I'm like, I can't find this stuff. Like, am I just freaking stupid or what? Week 3 hits. I can't find not a daggone thing. I'm Googling Appendix A, figure such and such, blah, blah, blah to Google. Google ain't even come back with results. The know-it-all of the internet can't even find the stuff. So I emailed the instructor, said, hey, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I'm not looking the right place. I don't know if I mistake and didn't download something correctly, didn't see it in the lecture. I don't know. He's like, well, you're supposed to have this book. Don't have it. Well, wasn't your lab materials? So I made a lab unboxing video. I go back and reference it just to be sure I didn't overlook something on the checklist. And I emailed back and said, man, I had this video I made. It's on YouTube. You can go look if you want to. And we didn't get the book. It's not on the checklist. Well, hell, the school told me they were sending it to y'all. So the school told the instructors the wrong material. So they can't give the instructors, their teachers, the correct information, much less they don't give the students the correct information as well. Who's that fall on? The director. So I can see where the train of issues are coming from here. So the instructor sends an email and says, hey, this is the book you need. So I download it. Still don't have the correct information. There's still questions on week 3 that are not in the current version of the textbook they sent us. So if you look at the, and I don't remember the exact name of it, of the book, but the version number up top is going to be like 2N, 2H, 2B, whatever. That version correlates to what version you need to use on that exam for that sectional charts to make sure you're looking at the right maps and the right updates of those maps. So SDI is not giving the correct. Their exams do not line up with the material they're giving. They didn't even give us the material. So after seeing numerous issues already, and this is week 3 of a 5-week program, I go ahead and send an email to my student advisor. She emails me back and says, hey, I got to forward this director. This is kind of over my head. Perfect. That's where I wanted it to go anyways. That was the whole plan. Because I knew she wasn't going to be able to do it long because that's not her position in the hierarchy of the school. So he emails me back, kind of deflecting some of the stuff, blah, blah. So I email back again and say, hey, there's still issues at hand. You have not addressed some of these issues. You have not resolved these issues. You're not even working to resolve them. 2 weeks goes by. No response. Cat got his tongue, I guess. So I call my student advisor early in week 5, leave her a message. She calls me the next day. I said, I ain't heard back from him. She goes, well, let me email him, try to get a hold of him. If you don't hear nothing by tomorrow, at the end of the day, let me know. It's okay. So Wednesday hits. I ain't heard nothing. So Thursday, finally, I get an email back from him after she has now had to reach back out to him 2 times for failure to recommunicate to me. And he deflects even further. So my first email was nice. Second email was very professional, nice. My third email to him was very blunt. I don't know how I can make this any more clear. You have failed the students. This is unethical. It's things y'all are doing. Y'all have given the wrong material. You've set the students up for failure. In a nutshell, I will screenshot. I will put all these emails in this video so it's all cut and dry. So if y'all want to blow his email up, y'all are going to have it. Do it. I don't care. He has failed this program, failed SDI's name, has failed the students. I hope this video blows up. I hope this video goes freaking viral. And I hope they make some major changes to this program due to this because they have not done themselves justice. So week 4, we do exam. I get a question wrong. It happens. Week 5, you have, so week 1, you got a 60 question, 2, 3, and 4, all 60 question practice exam, practice quizzes. Week 5, you're going to have 3 practice exams. They're like 51, I think 54, like 60 questions. They're in that 50 to 60 question realm. They're worth 15 points each. And then you have a 60 question, which is your actual final exam. So it's worth 60 points. The first 3 are just quizzes. They're graded as quizzes, 15 points, 60 questions, 15 points total overall. And then there is a 300-point question bank. We'll get to that next. Well, week 4, I get a question wrong. That same question is in week 5, practice exam number 2. So I go back and look at 4. I see what the correct answer was. That's what I put for 5. It's wrong. Okay. So I get to the final exam. That's worth 60 points. Same question pops up for a 3rd time. I've got a 50-50, south or west. It's told me first time I think I picked south, it said west. I picked west the 2nd time, and it said the correct answer was south, whatever. So week 4 and week 5 have conflicting different correct answers. So I got a 50-50 chance on the final exam. Get it wrong. So I email the instructor, said, hey, by the way, this test, this question, this test, this question, all have got different answers. Well, he goes, the correct answer is west. Said, okay. I picked that and got it wrong. Well, send me proof. The class is closed now. This was Sunday night. I emailed him. He emailed me Monday morning. So the class is closed now. I cannot go in and review this and see this. So here it is Tuesday. Still ain't got an answer. He was supposed to send it to IT department. Who knows how long that's going to take to fix whatever. So, but in one of the emails from the instructor, the first email he sent me back, or second one, I don't remember, but he says we went through, we found issues with the questions, we fixed them. Well, apparently y'all didn't. So y'all either didn't fix them all, you're lying, say you fixed them, y'all didn't fix them, or you fixed them for future students and didn't fix them for current students now. And I'd asked them multiple times about what are y'all going to do about the grades for the questions that were incorrect in the quizzes we took without the supporting information to take the quizzes, to be able to study, to learn before we took the exams. The quizzes. What are y'all going to do about the grades? Are we going to have a grade fix, or are we going to be able to retake these exams for a higher grade? One of the two needs to happen because you set us up for failure. Crickets, nothing. So, on to the 300 question bank quiz deal for the week 5. When you're in your modules, you got your module, which is one module for each week. If you're not a student, if you're a student, you understand what I'm talking about. There is a 300-point question bank. And it leads you to believe that that is worth 300 points for your overall grade, which is a very significant amount of points. Well, it's Sunday night. I'm tired. I've been on base. I've had hardly any sleep for freaking 2 days. Been around and doing stuff. So, I'm like, man, do I have to take the 300 weight take? Like, I don't want to take 300 freaking questions. I just did damn near 60. Like, I'm questioned out. And I get someone, well, you shouldn't wait till last minute. Blah, blah. Dude, I run 2 freaking businesses and I'm in the military. I work 3 freaking jobs plus I'm in school. So sometimes these get done last minute. It's just part of it. I'm in the gun shop right now. Got a 410 right here and I got a shotgun I got to get finished, and I got more stuff in that safe to work on as well too after these videos. So nothing on fault of the instructor, not his problem at all. Curriculum director's fault. The instructor said those exams are random question generated. I find that very hard to believe because I would start the exams and then close the browser or whatever, go back in, and my answers would still be there for the ones I hadn't answered, and they'd be the same. So, and I know they're the same because earlier weeks, I would start the quiz, have to go do something. It might stay at my browser tab for 2 days. I'd go in there to take it, answer them all, and it wouldn't save the new answers. It would already save the ones I took 2 days ago that I marked. I would open the new window and look at them and just mark them over. Same questions. Well, it's random. How are they the same? And there was multiple between weeks 1 through 4 and the 3 on 5. There was multiple questions that popped up 3 and 4 times. One test, I had the same question twice. Don't see that being very random. I think SDI is misleading their instructors. As they told them we were supposed to have textbooks, we didn't. So there's a track record here. This video is getting a little long, but they've got some problems. So I go to the grade section, and you can go on your left, there's grades. You can see what your grades are. But if you have not took something, you can enter a grade in there. And I put in for 15 for those 3, 60 out of 60 on my final. See what my overall grade percentage is. Apologize about freaking Rooster out there being a little pain in the ass. And I put 300 in for the question bank. Overall percentage doesn't change. Let me put a 0, see what happens. I enter 0. Does not change. Okay. I'm on to something here. Well, next to the 300 is a little icon. I click that, and it says on the bottom, this score will not affect your overall grade. So we don't need to take it. But under the modules, it makes you think it's worth 300 points. So instead of them giving you a rating of points on that system, SDI should make that where it's downloadable to where you can take the quiz on your own and have that question bank as practice as a study guide. And why did I get it wrong? What's the correct answer? Why is this the correct answer? Because on the FAA exams, you're going to have two that are correct, but one's going to be more correct than the other. That would be beneficial. Let me go shut this son of a gun up. So I ran a little bastard off a little bit. He's still a little loud, but so they're not giving students enough information, enough material. The sectional charts are, if you've never been exposed to them, they're difficult to read. It's not like reading a map. There is a lot of information on a sectional chart, a lot. They go over very briefly in week 5. They need to go over more in depth. Crawl, walk, run. Not just here's a little information, boom, we're going to start dumping a bunch of questions on you and not even show you how to read these effectively. Give you some tips and tricks to understand them. I found better curriculum on YouTube by just Johnny's Drone Service. And that's not his actual YouTube channel, it's just one I made up. But found better information on the sectional charts than SDI is delivering as a accredited school giving certifications. And apparently you can do their associates and take it to some other college to get a master's or bachelor's or something else they're affiliated with. So SDI can do better for their students, and they're not. And who's that fall on? The director, the curriculum managers, the accreditation department. But all that stews under the director of the program. And does the director care? Negative. He does not. Because if he cared, he would email me back in sooner than 2 freaking weeks. And now it's 2 days from another week. So the flow of the lectures in 250 is not well. It's not crawl, walk, run. It's week 3 was a little bit of weather and a whole bunch of other mumbo jumbo in there. The weeks 1 and 2, I don't remember what they were going over really. I came out of 250 more confused and more lost than I did going into it. And there were some other students in the discussion post and stuff that were saying the same thing. They were not ready for their Part 107 exam. And they kind of lead you on to believe that this class, you're going to be able to get done with it in 5 weeks, go take your 107 and pass it. It's not the case. If you are able to pass it, freaking you're awesome. You are freaking awesome. You're kicking ass. But majority of the students in that class, when I was reading discussion posts for weeks 5, did not get the impression of that they were ready to go take that 107. That's really what I've got wrote down for the issues. I'm going to screenshot, put all this stuff in here. I'll leave it 20, 30 seconds up for the longer emails. If you don't have time to read them, just hit pause, read through it, play it, go to the next one. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. Here to help y'all. If y'all have gripes, concerns, complaints, and you're in this program, you find this video, comment, put them down in the comments. I'm freaking hoping that SDI comes across this video and goes, uh-oh, we're getting some bad traction here. We need to fix this. Because they need to fix it. They need to do better. They can do better. So blow this video up. Please help your current students. Please help fellow students. Help previous students. Blow this video up. Send it to all. I don't even care if people are interested in the program. Send it to them. Because they might know someone who is, to send it to them. Blow this sucker up. Make this thing go viral. Please help me help others that are interested in this. Because they need to do better. They can do better. And they should do better. So, best of luck. If you're getting into the class, have an open mind. Study. Issues that you find, send them up. But don't just say, hey, this sucks. Give them a solution. Give them a reason, something that they could do to make it better. Just like I had here. They flow the lectures. They need to do a crawl, walk, run. Redo UAS 101. Restructure 250. When I get done with 200 in 4 weeks, is week 1, I'm going to have another video about how 200 was and what they could have done better or not on 200. So this is not the only video about this program. I've got one more class after 200. I am slight tempted to do the associates for the drone just to see what other issues there are and how much more I can critique them on, and how much more I can just beat them down to make them fix this, because I've done 2 other programs. What issues there were, they had left a really good taste in my mouth. They fixed them. They were really very willing to go forward and help make things better. This director does not care, and you'll see that in the emails. You can find me here on YouTube, comments. You can shoot me a message on Facebook. It's on Arrowhead Pond Restoration, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on all that stuff. Reach out with questions, with your gripes, with your concerns. Email them. I emailed my student advisor this morning because the director still hasn't emailed me back since last Thursday. I asked her for who's above him. So I'm hoping I'll get another email and I can push all this material to a higher level, whoever, because somebody's got to be over him. We'll see what comes of this. But if stuff changes, if they do reach out to me, there will be updates. I'll let y'all know. I'll keep you on the loop. You'll be able to find this video here, of course, on YouTube, as well on the SDI student page, as well on the Discord channel as well, too. Best of luck, current, past, future students. I hope this stuff gets fixed. I hope you have a better experience in this drone program than I did. Send your suggestions ahead. Reach out. Any questions again. Best of luck to y'all. Make sure you hit that follow, hit that little button down there so y'all get notifications of other videos. 201, I will say, does look like it's going to be a pretty interesting class. They send you this big chart with lines. You got to fly the drone up to 200 feet and take pictures of it, which I'm in restricted airspace, so I got to get a hold of in clarification from the airport. That's literally like a mile that way from me, 1.5 miles, 2 miles maybe, somewhere there. It's not very far at all. Before I do that, and hopefully the weather will clear out today to where I can get some flying done, because it's been pretty wet, rainy, windy, bad weather. So, well, enough rambling.